Once seen as one of football's most promising young stars, Giovani Dos Santos' career has been a journey filled with incredible highs and unexpected lows. From his early days as a Barcelona prodigy to playing for clubs across Europe and beyond, his story is one of undeniable talent, tough challenges, and moments of brilliance that left fans always wanting more. But what exactly went wrong? Stick around to see the rise and fall of Giovani Dos Santos. It all started on May 11, 1989, when Giovani Dos Santos was born in Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico. Football was already in his blood and began his career at a young age, influenced by his father, Zizinho, who was a Brazilian former professional footballer. At just 13 years old, Giovani Dos Santos joined La Masia, FC Barcelona's youth academy, where he quickly stood out as a talented player. By 2005, at the age of 16, he was promoted to Barcelona B. His impressive performances earned him a spot with the first team the following year, and he made his debut during Barcelona's 2006 summer tour. In the 2007-08 season, he made his first debut for La Liga at the age of 18 years old, when he came on as a substitute for Thierry Henry in the 62nd minute against Athletic Bilbao. 2 weeks later, he ended up making his Champions League debut as a substitute for Xavi Hernandez in the 79th minute against the French club Olympique Lyonnais. During that same year, he was even named as one of the top 50 most exciting teen footballers by World Soccer magazine. In the last game of the season, he did something unexpected. He scored a hat-trick to secure the win 5-3 against Real Murcia. However, Giovani Dos Santos was struggling to earn a starting spot since he was competing with Lionel Messi, which was impossible to beat at that time. Besides Lionel Messi, he was also competing with Bojan Krkic, who had a great debut season, scoring 10 goals. That made Giovani Dos Santos leave Barcelona for more playing time and getting more recognition. After leaving Barcelona, he joined Tottenham Hotspur in 2008 as one of the most exciting young prospects in world football. At 19, Dos Santos arrived with creative flair and technical skill, sparking hopes to become a key player for Spurs. He made his debut with Spurs in the opening game at Middlesbrough under manager Juan de Ramos, who had big expectations for the youngster. Dos Santos impressed in pre-season and early fixtures, showcasing his speed, dribbling, and vision. However, things quickly began to unravel. His only other start was in Stamford Bridge, where Tottenham managed to secure a point during their infamous 2 points from 8 games start of the season, which caused Ramos to get sacked and have Harry Redknapp take over Spurs, who had less interest in developing Dos Santos. The young Mexican found his opportunities limited, making only 12 appearances that season in all competitions, but only 3 of them were under Harry Redknapp, which was a substitute appearance in the FA Cup and 2 games in the UEFA Cup. His skill and flair were evident in flashes, but consistency and fitness issues meant he never secured a regular spot in the lineup. Dos Santos' first loan spell came in the second half of the 2008-09 season. In March 2009, Dos Santos was loaned to Ipswich Town to get more playing time. The loan deal was initially for 1 month, but was later extended until the end of the season. At Ipswich, Dos Santos was given the opportunity to showcase his talent in a less intense environment compared to the Premier League. Under the management of Jim Magilton, Dos Santos made a positive impression, despite his time at the club being relatively short. He played 8 matches for Ipswich and scored his only goal for the club in a 3-2 victory over Burnley. This allowed Dos Santos to gain some much-needed match fitness and first-team experience. However, despite showing his potential in the Championship, this loan spell didn't do enough to convince Harry Redknapp to give him a larger role at Spurs when he returned to the club for the following season. In the 2009-10 season, Dos Santos' situation at Spurs didn't improve. He remained on the bench and made appearances in cup competitions only. Redknapp was not convinced that Dos Santos could adapt to the physicality and tactical demands of the Premier League. He was also competing with more experienced and consistent players for a place in the team. He found it so difficult to earn his spot at the club, but to gain more first-team experience, he was loaned out to Turkish side Galatasaray in January 2010, reuniting with Frank Rijkaard, who was his former Barcelona manager and was seen as someone who understood Dos Santos' playing style. At Galatasaray, Dos Santos showed flashes of the brilliance that had originally marked him as one of football's most exciting young talents. His speed, dribbling, and creativity made an impact, and he featured more regularly than he had at Spurs. However, injuries once again hampered his progress. Despite playing in 14 matches for the Turkish side, he failed to score and struggled with consistency due to his recurring fitness issues. The 2010-11 season followed a similar pattern as Dos Santos returned to Tottenham but struggled to break into Redknapp's plans. He still remained on the bench, competing for the starting 11 with the likes of Gareth Bale, Aaron Lennon and Nico Kranjčar for attacking midfield roles. It was clear that he needed more playing time, so he was loaned out again in January 2011, this time to Racing Santander in Spain's La Liga. At Racing, Dos Santos played more regularly and impressed with his creativity and skill, registering 5 goals in 16 appearances. His flair, pace, and dribbling ability were on full display, and he played a significant role in helping Racing Santander avoid relegation. This loan spell was one of his more successful periods during his time at Spurs. While his time at Racing Santander had restored some of his reputation, Dos Santos had failed to convince Tottenham's management that he could deliver the same impact in the Premier League. During the 2011-12 season, it was clear that Giovani Dos Santos had no future at Tottenham. He remained part of the squad but made very few appearances, mostly in club competitions or as an unused substitute in league matches. In the summer of 2012, after 4 frustrating years, he left Spurs to join Mallorca in Spain. This move provided him with the opportunity to give him more minutes and regain his form. He made 32 appearances, giving him the chance to score 6 goals and provided 7 assists in all competitions. His performance for the club was solid and became a key player for Mallorca. However, his time at Mallorca did not last long when Dos Santos made a move to Villarreal. His time at Villarreal was pretty successful as well. Only being there for 2 seasons, he made 74 appearances, scoring 18 goals and providing 15 assists in all competitions. He played an important role at Villarreal, helping them secure a strong league position and qualify for European competitions. His time in Europe was over when he decided to move to the United States to join LA Galaxy in July 2015 to play alongside his brother, Giovani Dos Santos. He made his debut in August 2015, where he scored his first goal for the club that same month. By the end of the season, he made 3 goals and 5 assists in 10 regular season games, helping LA Galaxy qualify for the MLS playoffs. The 2016 season was his peak at the club, where he was playing an attacking midfield role. He scored 14 goals and provided 12 assists in 28 season games. His performance earned him a spot in the 2016 MLS All-Star team. After his peak performance in the 2016 season, his form began to dip due to injuries and inconsistency. He struggled with fitness issues, and his performances were not the same from the previous year. He scored 6 goals and provided 3 assists in 25 games, but once again the following season was the same pattern as injuries started to bother him. His playing time was limited and he struggled to bring back his old form. Throughout the 2018 season, he played 14 games, scoring 3 goals and providing 2 assists only. A bad performance led to a move to Mexico, where he would join Club America in 2019. He made his debut in July 2019 against Pumas. His dribbling and playmaking abilities were clear from the start, bringing a much-needed mix of experience and creativity to America's attack. However, when America faced Chivas in a rivalry match in September 2019, Dos Santos faced a severe thigh injury that sidelined him for several months. Dos Santos made a strong comeback, helping America reach the Liga MX Apertura final in December 2019, but they lost to Monterrey on penalties. After recovering from his injury, Dos Santos struggled with consistency at America due to recurring fitness issues. His recurring injuries and inconsistent form kept him from securing a regular spot, leading to his contract not being renewed in 2022. Dos Santos left the club after making 42 appearances in 3 seasons, where he scored 4 goals. After leaving Club America in 2022, Giovani Dos Santos remained without a team, as injuries and inconsistency derailed his career. While rumours of a comeback surfaced, no offers came through. As of today, he hasn't officially retired. His absence from football suggests he may have quietly stepped away.